In 1940, one man did something no soldier in history had ever done before. He didn't run from the enemy. He didn't hide. He walked straight into the most feared prison camp on Earth, on purpose. His name was Witold Pilecki, and what he did inside would take the world nearly 50 years to understand. By 1940, rumors were spreading across Poland. People were disappearing. A camp called Auschwitz had opened, and no one truly knew what was happening behind its gates. The Polish resistance needed answers. They needed someone on the inside, someone to gather intelligence, organize prisoners, and smuggle out the truth. One soldier volunteered, not ordered, volunteered. Witold Pilecki walked into a Nazi street roundup on purpose, let himself be captured, and was shipped to Auschwitz as prisoner number 4859. He didn't know if he would ever come out. Inside the camp, Pilecki organized a secret resistance network among the prisoners. He built communication chains. He documented the horrors he saw with his own eyes, the starvation, the executions, the gas chambers being tested for the first time in history. He smuggled these reports out piece by piece, hidden in laundry, passed through prisoners being released, carried by escapees. For nearly 3 years, he lived as a prisoner while secretly running an intelligence operation under the eyes of his captors. Pilecki's reports reached Allied intelligence as early as 1941, among the very first detailed accounts of what was happening at Auschwitz. He described the mass killings. He begged for help. He even proposed a plan for Allied forces to bomb the camp or arm the prisoners inside. But the reports were considered too extreme to be true. No government acted. The camp continued operating for years after his warnings were sent. In 1943, fearing his network had been exposed, Pilecki planned his own escape. He and 2 other prisoners broke out during a night shift at a camp bakery, cutting phone lines behind them to delay pursuit. They walked for days through enemy territory, wounded and starving, before finally reaching safety. Pilecki had done what almost no one else ever did: entered Auschwitz, survived years inside, and walked out alive with the truth. You would think a man like this would be remembered as a hero. Instead, after the war, Poland fell under communist rule. Pilecki was arrested by the new government, accused of espionage for daring to report the truth about Soviet activities too. In 1948, he was tortured and executed as a traitor. His name was erased from Polish history books for over 40 years. Children in his own country grew up never learning what he had done. It wasn't until the fall of communism in the 1990s that his story was finally uncovered. A man who volunteered for hell, survived it, warned the world, and was killed by his own country for telling the truth. Today, Witold Pilecki is remembered as one of the greatest heroes of the Second World War. But for nearly 50 years, almost no one knew his name.